I want you to picture something. A woman crosses a patio at a wedding last summer. She's 63. She's not the bride. She's not even in the wedding party. She's just a guest, walking to get a glass of water. And somebody filmed her. Not because she was doing anything unusual, but because she looked so completely, effortlessly, undeniably herself that people could not stop watching. She was wearing one simple dress, and today I'm going to show you exactly why it worked and how you can have that same effect every single time you walk into a room. Stay with me because number 1 on today's list is that exact dress, and the 6 before it are going to make number 1 make complete sense. Welcome back to Ageless Style Guide, and here's something I want you to hear clearly before we start because it might upset a few stylists. Most style advice given to women over 50 is wrong. Not outdated, wrong. It was written for younger bodies and just relabeled mature. So if you've ever stood in front of your mirror in a dress that fits, the color's right, the fabric feels good, and something still feels off, you are not imagining it. It is not your age, it is not your body, it is the dress doing the wrong job for you. Today, I'm breaking down 7 specific dresses that actually work for women over 60, not because they're trendy, because they understand optics, movement, and color in ways most clothing brands never bother to explain to you. I'm counting down from 7 to 1, and by the time we hit number 1, you'll look at your closet with completely different eyes. If you're ready for that, hit like right now, and let's get into it. Dress number 7, the wrap dress. If you could keep only one dress in your entire closet, this is the one. Here's why. As we age, our bodies shift in the most natural ways. The waist softens, the midsection fills in a little, the bust changes position. A straight-cut dress has no answer for any of that. It either clings where you don't want it to, or hangs where you needed it to do something. A wrap dress does something entirely different. That crossover front creates a long diagonal line across your midsection, and the human eye naturally follows a diagonal. It doesn't stop and measure, it just travels. That one visual trick narrows your waist, lengthens your torso, and skims right past your hips without gripping them. Stylists have called this one of the most flattering dresses for women over 60 for 30 years straight. Not 30 months, 30 years. I have a friend, Linda. She's 67, and she hadn't worn a dress in 5 years because she said she felt shapeless. We went shopping together, and she tried on a simple navy jersey wrap dress that cost less than $50. She looked in the mirror and literally gasped. She saw her waist again for the first time in nearly a decade. That is what the right cut does. It gives you back something you thought was gone. When you wear a wrap dress, make sure the tie hits your natural waist, not under the bust, not down at your hips. If you're petite, tie it slightly higher and let the hem sit just below the knee. If you're taller, let the hem fall a little lower and let that diagonal do the heavy lifting. One more thing, look for a sleeve that falls right at or just below the elbow. For most women over 60, that is the single most flattering sleeve length there is. Dress number 6, the single color column dress. The wrap works with the diagonal. This one works with a vertical, and almost nobody has ever had this explained to them properly. When you wear one solid color from shoulder to hem, you create an unbroken vertical line. No color blocking cutting you in half, just one continuous sweep from head to toe. Architects use this exact principle to make rooms look taller. Your body works the same way. But here's what pushes this dress above the wrap. The color matters more than the cut. The right color lifts your face, brightens your eyes, makes you look rested even when you're not. The wrong color does the opposite. It can make a beautiful dress look tired on you. If you tan easily and your veins look slightly greenish in sunlight, you're likely warm-toned. Reach for caramel, olive, burnt orange, warm chocolate. If silver looks better on you than gold and you burn before you tan, you're likely cool-toned. Try sapphire, emerald, deep plum, ruby. Not sure? Stand by a window in daylight, no makeup, and hold different fabrics near your face. The right one makes your eyes look brighter instantly. The wrong one makes you look like you need a nap. I heard this once from a stylist in her 70s who owned 5 dresses and looked like $1 million every day. She stopped buying prints and just bought one perfect color she loved in 3 shapes. People assumed she had a huge wardrobe. She didn't. She just understood her colors. Keep your shoes in the same color family as the dress to keep that vertical line unbroken all the way to the floor. Dress number 5, the flowy A-line midi. The wrap is line, the column is color, this one is movement. Try this tonight. Pull 2 dresses in the same color from your closet and shake them both. One hangs like cardboard, the other moves like water. Which one looks more alive? Stiff fabric makes you look stiff. Fluid fabric makes you look energized. And after 60, energy is exactly what reads as youth. That's why the most beautiful dresses in this range are rarely the most expensive. They're simply the most fluid. Soft rayon, lightweight crepe, washed linen. Length matters here too. A midi hitting just below the knee to mid-calf is the most universally flattering length for this dress. It shows a little ankle, which is one of the slimmest points on anybody, and creates that gentle sway with every step. My neighbor Joan is 72. She walks every morning in her flowy midi. I asked why she doesn't just wear jeans. She said, "Jeans make me feel boxy. This makes me feel like me again." When shopping, don't just hold it up. Put it on and walk. If the fabric sticks to your legs, put it back. If it floats and settles softly, that's the one. Quick question before we move on. Of the wrap, the column, and this flowy midi, which one do you already own? Drop 7, 6, or 5 in the comments. I genuinely want to know where you're starting from. Dress number 4, the soft V-neck dress. Here's what most women never get told. The neckline does 70% of the work. People don't remember your dress. They remember your face, how alive and warm you looked while wearing it. A gentle V, not plunging, sitting about 4 to 5 inches below your collarbone, creates an upward line that points directly at your smile and your eyes. It lengthens your neck and opens your entire expression. A high crew neck can box your face in. A wide, round neckline pulls the eye sideways and can widen your shoulders visually. That tiny difference costs nothing to change, and it can transform how you photograph. I've watched women spend hundreds on face creams chasing a more awake, youthful look. The right neckline does it instantly, for free. For jewelry, skip the chunky necklace. A delicate pendant that follows the V-line draws the eye down and right back up to your face. Short hair, this neckline makes your neck look longer. Long hair, pull it into a soft, low bun so the neckline can actually do its job. Love crew necks and aren't ready to give them up? A long pendant necklace fakes the same V-line. Same effect. Dress number 3, the textured knit dress. This one is so comfortable you forget it's doing something sophisticated for you all day. Flat, smooth jersey can look a little tired under harsh lighting. It shows every line. A knit with subtle texture, a fine rib, a soft cable, a tiny waffle weave, scatters light in multiple directions at once. That scatter creates depth, makes the fabric look more expensive, and makes your silhouette look smoother, because texture blurs rather than highlights. If you've ever wondered how to find a dress that's forgiving around the middle, don't go shapeless, go textured. Style it with one piece of jewelry and let the texture do the rest. It travels beautifully too. I've worn mine for 8 hours on a flight and stepped off looking fresh. One detail to watch, a tight cable knit can add width, while a fine vertical rib makes you look longer and leaner. In fall, add a tailored coat and knee-high boots for an outfit that looks genuinely expensive. In spring, white sneakers give you that effortless look everyone wants and nobody can quite explain. Dress number 2,
The belted shift dress. On its own, a shift can look a little unfinished. It just hangs. Add one belt at your natural waist and the whole story changes. One belt turns a rectangle into an hourglass, not by squeezing anything, but by telling your eye where the waist is. The eye believes what it's shown. This is also one of the most versatile dresses on this list because it's genuinely 3 outfits in one. A wide woven belt with flat sandals is your daytime look. Swap to a thin leather belt with loafers for a polished lunch look. Take the belt off, add a long open cardigan, and you've got your travel and comfort look. One dress, 3 outfits, one easy morning decision. Keep the belt thin. 1 to 1.5 inches is enough to define without cutting you in half. A tone-on-tone belt creates definition without a harsh horizontal line. Dress number 1, the tailored shirt dress. This is the dress from the very beginning, the one that made a 63-year-old woman go viral at a wedding without saying a single word. She wasn't a bride, she wasn't in the wedding party, she just walked across a patio for a glass of water and people could not look away. Here's why this dress sits at number 1. It's not really a dress, it's a system. That row of front buttons creates the same long, unbroken line as the column dress. The collar and soft V opening does the exact same face-lifting job as the V-neck. In a fluid fabric, it moves like the flowy midi. In linen or textured cotton, it has the depth of the knit dress. And cinched at the waist, it creates exactly what the belted shift creates. One dress, 6 tricks, simultaneously. That's why she went viral. Not because she was trying to look young, because she looked like the absolute best version of who she already is. Her clothes were supporting her, not fighting her. When you buy one, look for 3 things. A collar that stands up slightly, sleeves you can push to just below the elbow, and a hem hitting right around the knee. Leave 2 buttons open at the top. That small opening keeps it soft, not stiff. If you're busty, size up and belt it to define your waist. If you're petite, have the hem taken up.
Let me bring all 7 together. The wrap dress gives you a slimming diagonal. The column gives you height and a color that wakes up your face. The flowy midi gives you movement that reads as vitality. The soft V-neck puts every eye on your face instead of your clothes. The textured knit gives you effortless, forgiving depth. The belted shift gives you control and 3 outfits in one, and the tailored shirt dress does all 6 of those things at once. You don't need to buy all 7. That was never the point. Go to your closet tonight. I promise you already own at least one of these silhouettes. You've just never approached it with this kind of intention before. Psychologists actually have a term for what happens when you wear something that makes you feel pulled together. They call it enclothed cognition. Your clothes change your thoughts change your posture, and your posture is what people read as radiant. At any age, that is the most powerful thing you can wear. Now I want to hear from you. Which numbers surprised you the most? And do you already own any of these silhouettes? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I genuinely love knowing what resonates with this community. If this video helped you see your wardrobe a little differently, hit that like button right now. It helps more women over 50 find this channel. And subscribe to Ageless Style Guide for weekly style guidance that actually speaks to where you are right now. Turn on the notification bell, because what's coming next goes even deeper into what quietly ages a woman's look versus what makes her look effortlessly current. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay elegant, stay confident, and never stop shining.